Today's Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class, Monday the 17th of November 25. Okay, so the class was mainly regarding the tournament at the weekend that the guys were involved in, and some of the issues that the coaches identified. It was mainly to do with sweeps and stuff like that, how to react to sweeps and how to react to getting swept. So it was kind of a gamified class. We first started off with a game where you have your feet in between your opponent's feet, one either side, and first one to stand up wins. But it's a good game. It's going ahead. Bit of fun as well, bit of crack. Kind of like a 50-50 scenario. Then we went on to the sweep part. We went over the scissor sweep. Yeah, the scissor sweep, which you hold your opponent's sleeve to where you're going to throw them, and you hold their sleeve to prevent them posting, and you grab their lapel on the same side of their sleeve, or the opposite, see what works. Put your knee up against your solar plex, and then with your other leg just basically scissor and sweep from their knee down, kind of just bring them over, and if you have their lapel held right, you will follow them. Very useful sweep if you can catch people off guard. So we drilled that for a good while actually, and then we went on to the actual purpose of the class, which was what you should do when you get swept, which was never accept a sweep. What do you say? The basic rule was always ensure your hips aren't facing the ceiling. Always make sure your hips are facing the ground. It's your best opportunity to dogfight and scramble out of a situation. So the minute you get swept, make sure I think it's your far leg, make sure that goes out of the post straight away, so you can come up to some sort of a dogfight situation where you're getting a whizzer to block them from bulldozing you down, basically. A whizzer gets some sort of control of their head or something like that. So we drilled the shite out of that as well. I happened to get an absolute heap of guillotines on the guy I was going up against, a partner, right? Oh, caught a heap of guillotines. I didn't finish any of them because I'm not a bastard. Let's put it that way. But it was very good. And then we went on to another part where it was a little bit more competitive, where you had to either use you didn't have to use a sweep. You either started in a guard, and the person in the guard had to get up onto their feet. That was their goal, and the person passing the guard had to get chest to chest, either in side control, in mount, or chest to back, which is taking the back. That was very good. I think I only got up once, and then I started focusing on just sticking to the ground. My game doesn't really revolve around getting up. I prefer to keep the pressure down. And yeah, if I do end up getting out of someone, or if I do end up sweeping someone and getting out of my guard and stuff like that, I'm going to be going for some sort of a top position, or what I found is a lot of guillotine opportunities, which I am heavily considering now, looking at as adding to a huge part of my game, because they just seem to come and I can just latch on to them straight away. So it's definitely looking like something that I'll be favouring for the future. Yeah, so that wasn't really great. The ending wasn't really great, but it was okay for me. Fair enough, when I got up once, but I only tried to get up once, to be honest. And the rest was more pressure. It was a good class. It was my first back in 6 weeks, so it was interesting. The guy I was going up against actually was new enough. I think he was only there for 3 months, so I was training off and on for a year, so it was good to see my development. good to see my development in that respect. It is definitely true, everyone, that if you put the work in and put the time in, you mightn't think you're getting better, but you're definitely getting better. If you go up against someone that's new or someone that's untrained, you will definitely see the difference in your abilities and your performance. So everyone, stay frosty out there. Have a nice day. The best of luck and take care out there, everyone. Bye bye. This has been the Patchwork Grappler, and I'll talk to you again very, very, very soon. Have a good day and have a good night. Evening, everyone. This is the 20th of November. It's a Thursday. It is now 10:15 at night. I'm not long home from jiu-jitsu training tonight, so I'm a little bit wore out, a little bit tired. So sorry if the energy's a bit low. Yeah, today's class was another excellent class. It was the advanced class. Monday was the beginner's class. But yeah, today was the advanced. Very good class, hard class. I was the only white belt there tonight. It was all blues and purples and browns, and obviously the instructor is black. So it was some difficult rolls and some difficult drilling and stuff like that. When the guys started putting a little bit more effort in, it was eye-opening. But anyway, it was good. We started off by just drilling one for one on takedowns, grip fighting and stuff like that. It's very good. We did that for about, I'd say, 15 or 20 minutes. It let me try out some of my takedowns and stuff like that. Like the collar drag and the arm drag to body locks and double unders and stuff like that, and then trips and body lock takedowns and stuff like that. It was very good. Then we moved on to defending underhooks and stuff like that, and if guys are trying to take you down, using the whizzer to bulldoze them to the ground basically. And the person that had the underhook originally had to defend against the whizzer, defend against the defense, by basically joining their hips to the other person's hips and trying to get their leg up on top of their leg, and if you can, grabbing their hand and just bulldozing them to the ground and getting into side control first, or mount if you're quick enough. That was very good. I enjoyed that. The next drill we did was a guard pass. I had never seen this guard pass before, so it was a little bit alien to me, a little bit new. I wasn't really good at it, to be honest. It took a long time for me to even figure out the basics of it. I kind of got a bit down, but once I was going with a purple belt, once he started giving me a bit of resistance, it kind of all fell apart, and he kind of kept sweeping me and putting me in closed guard and stuff like that. I think my timing was all wrong. I think that's what was happening, and I just wasn't controlling his knee properly. But it was very good. The purple belt gave me a lot of tips and tricks to try and help me, so that was very good. The pass itself was when your opponent is lying on their back in open guard. You basically grab them by their feet and put their feet together, and if they spread their knees, try and defend it. You basically put one of your knees up against one of their feet to block it, and literally fall into them while pinning that leg to the ground and trying to control their leg that's raised, while trying to pass. It's pretty not complicated for a lot of people, but for a fresh white belt, or not a fresh white belt, but for a white belt that never seen the technique before, it was hard, especially when they started sticking you in half guard and locking you down and doing lockdowns and stuff like that. It was a lot of work to get out of it, and the purple made it look easy, but that's just the big experience gap there. So I was happy with my performance in that respect, and I was happy with the tips and tricks the purple belt was giving me and showing me and stuff like that. He also showed me how to pass and crush half guard, which is very good. Seems simple enough as well. You just have to kind of pin them to the ground while forcing all your pressure on into your hips onto their hips, and then you kind of go to the back, or you kind of slide towards their back slightly, or you slide towards the side that that their knee shield is up, sorry, and you kind of just rotate your legs back into a side control position, if that makes sense to anyone. It's kind of hard to describe on the fly, but it's very, very, very useful to smash the knee shield. That was basically the class in a nutshell. A little bit of rolling, not a hell of a lot, but it was good. I had a few spazzy white belt moments. Unfortunately, when I was doing the takedowns and stuff like that, I ended up clipping my training partner on the foot, and he caught his foot. It was only a little cut, but it still bled and it was still awkward, and he has to go get bandage and stuff like that. So spazzy white belt moment. Yeah, so, and I also gave him a kind of a clip in the jaw when I was coming down with my elbow, which is unfortunate to say the least. But we all have our spazzy white belt moments and our spazzy white belt periods. More of a scramble, really. I didn't mean to do anything like that, you know. It just happened. But and I also got a cut on my little toe as well, but I don't know how the hell that happened. Probably from scrambling as well, but it makes a difference. It's not like the broken toe, but the broken toe is actually quite good now to actually train on. I am out of the Adidas Havoc boots. I will do a review on them very soon for anyone who is interested. But yeah, that was tonight's class in a nutshell, everyone. These videos are really just for myself to document my journey. If anyone gets anything from the videos, great. And if you want to ask any questions, or if anyone trained tonight, drop it in the comments. Let me know how you got on. I'd love to hear from everyone, see how everyone's getting on. And if you want to hear more from yourself about my journey, about any tips and tricks I have, or any reviews that I'll be doing, hit the sub button, drop me a like, everyone. It would greatly help the channel grow. Yeah, so this is where I'm going to drop it. Hope everyone has a good day. Enjoy tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Have a good evening tonight, everyone. Yeah, so take care of yourselves out there, guys and girls. This has been the Patchwork Grappler. This has been the Patchwork Grappler. Good night, and best of luck out there. Bye bye.